Happy New Year.
Suppose.
What's it like knowing that this is the last week of the year? I mean, what are the feelings going into that as opposed to maybe other game weeks?
Yeah, obviously disappointing, but got one chance to go out and play well and play hard and show what you got.
Joe, if you could think big picture, I know it's difficult at times on a Wednesday like this to think about your career. You're almost 6 years done now. What you've done so far versus what's still ahead, what do you still want to accomplish? What do you think still needs to be done for you to accomplish the best of the best?
Obviously, you want to win a Super Bowl, you want to win MVPs, you want to be in the playoffs every year, but my goals at this point are just going out and playing as good as I can and continuing to improve, finding ways to continue to be great and continue to find self-improvement.
How many times will you have conversations with not just coaching staff, but top of the organization going into the offseason about certain things that need to change or grow or improve to make this team better?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Is that something you try to go after those conversations? I mean, as much as you can?
We have a great line of communication. Me, Duke, Katie, Troy, Mr. Brown, Zach. It's we have great communication.
Is it kind of maybe been, what's it been like kind of not being able to have as much control as you would maybe like of other parts of the team? It sounds like you're like, I can control what I can. Has that been a bit of a challenge as you've kind of gotten older in your career?
I wouldn't say that. I'm not sure I would say, I'm not sure I would agree with the first part of your statement. I'm not sure. I want to be a quarterback. I don't want to work in the front office. I don't want to be scouting guys in the off season. I want to do what I do, and I want to do it at a high level, and I have. And I'm going to continue to find more and more ways that I can help myself get better, help the team get better, and put ourselves in good positions.
I guess a better way to ask that would have been, have you just been trying to focus on everything you can control and just kind of say, like, this is kind of what I can deal with. Let me try to handle that as best as I can. Has that been a bigger point of emphasis this year for you think?
Yeah, I would say that's fair. I think my job is to, number one, play as well as I can. Number two, continue to improve. And number three, be the conduit between coaching staff, front office, and the locker room. Relay feelings that players have, relay sentiments in the locker room because, coaches in front office, they're not down there every day and they don't understand a lot of the things that go on in the locker room. And so I think, as a quarterback, your job is to relay some of those things.
How important is it for this franchise this offseason to make whatever the moves are, but the necessary moves, so a year from now we're not saying, oh, well, it's the final game?
Yeah, we want to be competing for championships every year. We don't want to be in the spot that we're in now. So something's got to change, whether it's players that we have continuing to improve and get better and playing championship caliber football, or bringing guys in that will, or whatever it may be. Obviously, something has to.
Joe, I don't know how much college football you watch over, 23, 24. I asked this because, Shedeur's going to be starting for Cleveland on Sunday. Did you get a chance to watch him? And if so, what do you think of his game and also kind of how he's handled the unusual spotlight that's kind of come with him?
Yeah, I really enjoyed watching him in college. I thought he made a lot of plays. I thought he could throw it. And then obviously, given who his dad is, he knows how to handle the media, knows how to handle the spotlight. Certainly been under more of a microscope than any other. What did he get drafted? Fourth round? Fifth round? Certainly under the microscope more than any other fifth round pick that's ever been in the history of football. And every clip that I see, he seems to be handling it well, says most of the right things in the media. He is who he is. He's himself. That's what you want out of a football player. So he seems to be handling it the right way.
Has he ever come up in conversations that you and Flacco have had at any point, considering, Flacco was with him, in Cleveland up until he came here?
Yeah, you talk about a lot of different players across the league, and that's typically you get a new guy, you figure out he was with this guy I was with, or he was with this guy. I wonder what he thought about him. That's kind of the initial conversations that you have with new guys that come into the locker room and try to find some common ground in that way.
Is there anything between the conversations you've had with Joe about Shedeur that you could share or anything like that, or?
I'll keep that in the locker room.
You picked Joe's brain and all on the Cleveland defense. Kind of a rare opportunity to get a guy who's in the camp room.
No, not really. They do what they do for the most part. They're pretty simple on defense. That certainly doesn't mean that they don't provide problematic looks and disguises, and certainly doesn't mean that they're not good on defense. They're, in my opinion, the best defense in football. So it's certainly going to be a challenge with the number one, the players that they have. Number two, the coach that they have understands the strengths and weaknesses of his players and puts them in good positions.
Is there anything that Franco is that you've taken from him? You've had more than half a year with him. Is there anything maybe you've gleaned from him?
Yeah, there's certainly, I take things from a lot of different people across the league, and certainly when you get a chance to sit back and watch somebody else go have success the way that he did, and a style that I don't play and that not a ton of people do play in the league anymore, you certainly take some things from watching that and apply it to yourself. Not that I care to share.
Throughout your career, whenever you guys play the Browns, it comes up about Myles Garrett. He's going for the sack record on Sunday. I don't know you've answered this before, but what is it that makes it so difficult, that he's so different, Myles Garrett? What about him?
He's more athletic than everybody else on the field. He's bigger, stronger than everybody else. He has a mindset that he's not too high or too low at any point, which is pretty unique for a defensive lineman. I think he's probably got a unique mindset as far as that position goes, but it's one that you can appreciate. He's a guy that I've kind of gotten to know over the years, and I like him as a person, and he takes his job very seriously, and he's a guy I have a lot of respect for.
Your thoughts on him potentially sacking you for the record?
He's got me a lot.
Joe, you've talked about wanting to have a lot more fun in recent weeks. Are you having fun right now, even though this season has been a losing season these last couple of weeks, scoring a lot? Has that been fun for you?
I have had fun. I think I have fun playing football. It's certainly difficult when you can't. And, I had fun last year too. Certainly frustrating at times. That's life in the NFL. That's life of playing sports, and that's why you play it at the beginning. You feel emotions that you don't feel in other parts of your life, highs, lows, all the above, everything in between. That's why people fall in love with sports. Fans feel it. We feel it. Coaches feel it. Everybody feels it. And that's why you fall in love with it from a young age, and that's personally why I do it.
How big would it be for this offense